So again, to be clear, so the four selling message that every salesperson must master is why buy now, why leave what you have, why buy this, and why buy us. So those are the four selling messages every salesperson must master. So what would be some practical advice, some tips that the listeners right now could immediately walk away and say, okay, if these are the four selling messages that the salesperson must master, what could they start doing to build up those four different selling messages?
Well, I think, I would start with the category one messages, because in my experience, that is where most prospects are majority of the time, or it's what trips us up. There's definitely industries and times where the economy is so supportive that everyone's coming in at category three, and we have waitlist markets, and but that's not the norm. So I would start with your category one messages and really thinking about, you know, the easiest way is think about people who have purchased. Why did they decide to leave what they currently have? And if you don't know, call them back and ask them. I think if you anybody that you have relationships with and you're like, man, I missed the mark. I don't know the answer to that. Call them. People love helping other people. And when you start it, I think in any voicemail or any conversation saying, hey, I need some help. I want to serve other people better and I need some help right now. Would you give me some advice? Most people say yes. And so say, what caused you how did you finally know that you were going to leave your current blank, whatever it is? How did you know? What were the decisions? What were the conversations that you were having inside your company or inside your home? What were you thinking about? And build from that, collect stories about it. Because when we can connect, one, it helps us when we have the stories to emotionally connect to the next prospect in front of us that has a similar story. But then we can also share that with them as well and helping guide them. So I would start on the why leave what you currently have and have a list of reasons why it makes sense for somebody to leave what they currently have. So you can ask those questions to somebody. So that'd be my number one starting place.
Good. So then really we could just use that research and turn that into little selling messages.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Customer, I know right now that you're just struggling on, should you remodel your bathroom or should you not? Well, let me share with you some stories from customers that of like why they decided to remodel their bathroom, and let's see if any of those stories resonate with you.
Right. And some of them, you could have some stories that from people that are on, they did it for all aesthetic reasons. That's perfectly reasonable. So let's talk about the aesthetic reasons and have stories around those. Some people might be making a change in their bathroom for safety reasons. So let's have some stories and some empathy and understanding. So if the person in front of you, it is safety reasons, you have stories around that. Maybe there's a change in need where bathtubs used to be accessible and they are not anymore for you. And so there might be an accessibility reason. And so knowing all the different reasons why somebody might need to make a change and having stories, one, that connect to your heartstrings. So one, puts you in their place. I think developing empathy as a sales professional is really important and allows you to have a deeper conversation, and then you share those stories.
That's great. Okay, so it sounds like that same protocol can apply to all of the selling messages, right? So it's obvious. First, let's just ask customers what made them finally to decide to remodel their bathroom or to leave their CRM provider or to leave their Excel spreadsheet and even consider using a CRM provider,
Right.
or decided to sell their house or decided to whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that was. So it's doing the research, but then it sounds like we can apply that same protocol to the second and the third and the fourth selling message. So the second one is why buy now? So it's asking customers for example, an uncertain time. So what caused you to feel that it was a good safe decision, a good financial decision, or a good safe decision in order to purchase during this election year or during this uncertain economy or during this time? So being as bold as just asking them that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I think we're not as bold because we think like maybe they don't realize an election's coming up and we just like got the sale in there really quick. They know, like realizing they know they've made these decisions internally. So even if you've made a sale and you haven't hit every decision with them, which can happen, they might have had a great salesperson somewhere else that worked through a lot of decisions with them and they show up at your door and they're ready to go. And so Okay, we'll still take the commission. We're lucky, so you might not know those answers, and so that's okay to just call and be upfront. And I think it's, when you're making those calls, just the logistics of those is have a three or less questions that you want to ask, and give them a number of minutes that you're going to take of their time, and ask for permission of that, and tell them you need their help. Are you willing? Hey, I need some guidance. I need some help from a homeowner who's purchased recently, or for somebody who's purchased blank recently. So, do you have 10 minutes to help me out? I only have 3 questions for you. First one, hey, how did you make the decision to buy during an election year? Was that a thought process? And what were the conversations that you were having that I don't know about? And then just listen.
It's great.